everyone. My name is Moonshine, and I'm the host of today's AMA with Mezen, a very interesting project with diverse utility. They tend to end global trust as the premier strategic consultancy in cutting edge technologies, and they're trying to help so many projects, especially Web3, which will be our focus on today's AMA. So we have here with us Constantine Mezen. Would you kindly introduce yourself and the team behind Mezen?
Yes, sure. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me today here. So I'm the founder and CEO of Mezen, and Mezen is a consulting company it's like a McKinsey for Web3, and we focus on Web3 companies mostly. We've completed like more than 40 projects for the previous year with the capitalization of $5 billion in total of our clients. We've been working with many very known and huge companies, and we've been working with companies with tens of millions of users. We've been working with several governments. We've been working with companies that work with Netflix, HBO, and Warner Brothers. We've been working with classic businesses and many other things. As for the team, we have a very experienced team from hedge funds, crypto hedge funds, VCs, and from basically from crypto. And as for me, I worked in a VC before, and we were investing in fintech, crypto. So basically, this is just a brief introduction about Mezen.
Nice, a very nice background that you guys have there. And when I was going to the website, I saw you guys have a very huge team, which is needed because of the kind of utility you guys are trying to pull. So the first question I have for you, should we really see Mezen in the perspective of an incubation where you help this project not just with advice but with finance, helping every aspect of their project? And what are the criteria these projects needs to meet up with to be able to be funded or to be acknowledged by Mezen?
Yeah, so right now we work with clients. We try to help them to grow, and we help them with basically with our advice, with our partners, with our connections, and we take as a part of our services, as a payment for our services, we take some of their tokens or equity. So we are aligned with this project, and we are aligned with the founders of the company to grow this project together. And basically, this is our main approach to partner with clients for long term to grow together. And because we have many projects already, we understand how it works in general, how the industry works. We've been working in absolutely all of the verticals. We've been investing in all of the verticals among Web3, and we understand how every part of the business works. And usually founders just sometimes don't understand maybe the simple things, how this or that part of the business works. And for instance, when they try to raise funds, let's say, they sometimes just don't understand that it may take, let's say, 3 to 6 months to do something. We've been, at the moment, one of our clients is raising funds, and it has already raised to more than $2 million for maybe 2 or 3 previous weeks. So, and we've been preparing for that since August, just to do this quick fundraising, and it really takes time. So what do a project has to have to so we will work with them. Usually it should be a good team Usually it should be some kind of ready product or MVP, and usually they should have at least some of the metrics. I mean, in terms of the metrics, it could be users, it could be maybe some volumes, trading volumes, TVL, and etc. So basically, it is important to have at least some of the results already, because if you don't have any results, it is very hard to grow with the company, to start from the very, very beginning. Yeah, these are the main points.
Yeah, nice. A very nice overview about what you guys are trying to do. So now we are talking about assisting diverse crypto projects with consultation. So how are you able to cut across different worlds like the Web 2 and Web 3? Considering that these are different bridges entirely, especially focusing on Web 3 because we know that most recent project that is your target right now. So, how do you help these Web3 projects achieve sustainable token growth, and what role does tokenomics play in this process?
Oh, it's actually it's a good question. Yeah, we work with both Web2 and Web3 companies. As for Web2 companies, we help them to grow their business, to increase revenue, to cut costs using Web3 technologies. And just speaking about only Web3 founders, we understand how it is incredibly challenging to be a Web3 founder, that you have to work with everything at the same time. You have to develop your product, you have to speak with investors, to pitch them, to maintain these relationships with them, to meet them at different events, to work with KOLs, to work with community, to so you have to work on everything at the same time. And when you do this the first time, like in your life, or even for the second time, you just uh, maybe sometimes don't understand all the problems that you may face. And uh, every step takes a lot of time, effort, and money. And the thing is that, let's say, when you try to develop your tokenomics, you can do this, of course, by your own, with your experienced team. But uh, a lot of experienced teams come to us and they ask us to help them because they understand that it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, and they can focus on other things that are more important for their product growth. For instance, it could be project development, developing the technology. And another thing that they understand is that they may be not on the edge of the latest news in terms of the tokenomics trends, in terms of what works or what doesn't work. Because in crypto, everything changes like every 2 weeks, probably. The trend is so fast that you just have to keep an eye on it constantly. And this is how basically we help them. We know what happens in the market. We work with different verticals at the same time. We work with um, different types of projects. We analyze both leaders in the market. We analyze different ecosystems on different blockchains. We analyze projects that recently raised $500,000, and we understand what makes them unique and why did they raise money. So we understand, we process all of that information, and we help our clients to use this knowledge and our experience to grow. Basically, the tokenomics is important for short-term and long-term um, things, steps of the development of the project. Just because, just imagine you have to think about raising funds and working with investors, thinking about market makers, thinking about how to work with centralized exchanges. You also have to remember the interests of your community and the long-term growth. And if you're speaking with an investor, he may try to push you to make a shorter vesting. basically this happens all the time. And it is a negotiation usually, but they can push very hard, and this may harm the project in the long term because there will be just too much selling pressure from investors, which may ruin the project. So this is a negotiation, and you have to think about all of these things at the same time. Yeah, this is how tokenomics helps the project and what is important.
I really appreciate the detailed explanation you're giving about these questions. It gives us more in-depth knowledge about what you guys are trying to build. And I think for a while now we've been having a lot of utility-based projects, but it's been a while we had a project like this that actually wants to help other projects having their best interest at heart. It's actually a very wonderful utility you guys are trying to pull. So based on the services, in terms of pricing, how do you guys ensure decency and transparency?
So it is very important, yes, for basically when you try to develop the documentation for your project, there are, of course, you have to understand the purpose of why are you doing that. What is the purpose of this documentation and what you want to achieve? So there are different approaches, right? So it depends on the project. So for instance, if we're speaking about very deep tech, let's say blockchain, right? The most important thing for the blockchain is to onboard as many developers as possible. So your main target is here developers, and the second is investors and users. So you have to maybe develop different parts of your documentation, white paper, maybe posts on Twitter or any other media. You have to prepare all of this documentation considering the purpose of exactly this documentation. And for instance, if, let's say at the moment we're working with the project, it is a DeFi project, and they have two main purposes. The first main purpose is to prepare a guideline for traders and just a guide how to trade on their platform. This is the first thing. And the second thing is to get as many users to buy and use this platform, not just, and firstly, to buy this token so that it will be interesting for them to hold it in the long term. And of course, to the third stakeholder is liquidity providers. So you have to provide the knowledge and transparency to all of these stakeholders. And you have to also consider what are their purposes, what do they want to get from you. So the traders want to make money trading on your platform, right? And they have to understand how they can do this. And you have to provide them tools that they will use and make money. The second is, let's say, liquidity providers. Also, you have to show them how your platform works, how they will receive fees, and how they can calculate these fees so that they will predict their fees in the future. And they will make this investment decision to provide liquidity or not. Of course, they will do this due diligence, understand what are the risks, do you have an information security audit, and etc. But anyway, they have to understand how do they make money. And of course, if you, as just a regular investor, when you're buying a token, you think that this project will grow for long term, and you want to hodl the token like for the whole market at least, and sell it at the top. And you have to understand why this token captures the value that this project creates. So there should be this, it is called value capturing mechanism that captures the value of the growing project. So for instance, if you have, let's say, if you have a trading a decentralized finance application like DEX, let's say, right? You have to have this value capturing mechanism that there is a part of fees going to this token. So the more users on the platform, the more token utility, the more the price of the token, and the more utility of the token there is. So yeah, this is how it works usually. Any other questions?
Yeah, you are kind of breaking up. So before you maybe once you stop talking, it takes a while for me to hear, and then I have to unmute and then speak. That's why network is kind of bad. So the next question I have for you is what steps do you think a Web3 founder should take to prevent a token price drop post-launch and maintain investor and community interest?
Yeah, it's a very common question, basically, because at the moment, especially, there are a lot of mini apps in Telegram, which have their airdrops, right? And when you give a lot of tokens to your community, they have an incentive to sell it, just because like you've been playing this game for 3 or 6 months, right? You want to get, of course, you get some pleasure from playing it. Of course, you would like to get some incentive from that as well. So basically, you have to align the interests of users that are willing to sell this token and the interests of your project. It is usually very tough, but you have to also understand what types of users there are. There are, if I'm not mistaken, three general types of users. The first one is um, the believers, I should say, right? These are the true fans of your project. These are the guys that will stay with you, that will, let's say, play your game, that will trade on your platform, and etc. That will utilize your project as much as possible. And basically, this is the most important part of the community. The second type is, well, these are just simple users, general users that may like, may not like. They didn't decide yet. Are they going to stay with you for a long term or not? And basically, you have to incentivize these users to become the long-term believers in your project. And this is like two main parts of the community. And there is the third type of users. These are, I should say, job hunters, let's say. Yes. So those who want to drain as much value as possible from your project. And you have to understand that, of course, they are a part of your community. Of course, they are very important for you. But if they want just to get the token and run away and sell it as soon as possible, they will not provide you the value you want to have from users in the long term. What I mean by value, I mean, this is not just you get something from your users and um, they are nothing for you. It means that this is a collaboration. It means that this is a union of you as a project and your users, because you provide this value for your users as a platform that where they can do what they want. Let's say they want to spend some spare time just playing, having fun, or whatever. If they want to make money, you can provide them with incredible analytics, with incredible tools for trading, and etc. So this is a union, right, of you as a project and your users. And you want to incentivize those users who will stay with you for a long term. And basically, this is how you can keep the price of the token going all the time up. You always have to think about your users, and you have to provide them value all the time. And if you and there are different mechanics how you can do that, and basically these are some kind of locks, right? As a user, if you're committed to this project, you would love to stay with it for a long term, and you will be willing to lock your tokens for, let's say, several months, right? And maybe get something extra for that. So this is incentivization and alignment with the project. And there are, I think, a lot of these types of incentives, and I write about them a lot in my Twitter account. So if you're interested for something more, just feel free to follow me on Twitter.
Sure. I also encourage everyone to join the Mezen socials, because that's where you're going to get every update about Mezen. If you're a project owner currently listening to this, are interested in any form of help from the Mezen agency, you can definitely follow the socials, or you can follow Constantine on X, which would be very nice. So the next question I wanted to ask was about the NFT world. I see you guys are also targeting that area. So an NFT is one undetermined aspect of crypto because it comes and goes. Sometimes it's on trend and sometimes it's not on trend. And there are projects that want to have this NFT utility. So how are you able to help projects succeed in this field?
Well, NFTs are very interesting technology, basically, and we should also understand which type of NFTs are we speaking about. So the first one, there are like representation of the real world assets. That could be NFT that represents the ownership rights for an apartment, or for maybe a car or a boat or a piece of gold or whatever, right? So this is the representation of real world asset. So this is, I should say, the first type. There are pieces of art tokenized, and it could be questionable in terms of is it a piece of art or not, but basically this is just a digital representation of this piece of art. Also, there are pictures that you can put on your avatar, and these are mostly the community-driven stuff. So if there is a community behind these avatars, and in this case, it will have some value. And there are, of course, many other types of NFTs I can dive deeper. So basically, how NFTs and NFT projects can benefit from like the growth from, let's say, our experience. We haven't been working with avatars, we haven't been working with art, but we have been working with art galleries. We have been working with NFT projects with this tokenization. For instance, one of our clients has a portfolio of real estate in Miami, basically, and they have tokenized their assets as apartments in Miami, and as just a regular person, you can buy a part of NFT. This is a fractional ownership of this apartment, and you can get some kind of a return from that. And what happens here is that there are different types of how you can develop this type of project. So if you want to buy a property, let's say, you can do it before you tokenize it, or you can first raise funds. So you first can raise funds and then buy the apartment, or you can first buy the apartment using, let's say, your own funds, and after then tokenize it. So it depends on where the risk goes. Is it on the investor or is it on the company? And we help to balance all these risks. We help to provide the best tactics to and strategy how to build a project, how to develop utility of NFTs so that it will mitigate all these risks in the way the best way. So yeah, this is how it works. And at the moment, I think that we have also an interesting project in our pipeline. It is a building, the full building in United Arab Emirates, and they are trying to tokenize the whole building with NFTs. And also, I know that there is one more project at the moment, which is working also with real estate in UAE, and they also want to tokenize a lot of real estate. And at the moment, they are working with the regulation and legal stuff. So yeah, it's very interesting type of projects.
Nice. Something very, very interesting I found or I heard while you were speaking was the fact that you guys are partnered with some art galleries. I think that's a very, very effective way to actually push out these projects. That's something very interesting. And since we are already talking about partnerships, are you guys partnered with any organization companies currently? And I think I heard you mention some crypto events that I think you said Miami. I don't know, you broke out there, like the crypto expo in Dubai that also happened, I think, this year around August, October. So are you guys interested in such type of events to also, you're going to meet a lot of projects there live and discussing with them, letting them know what Mezen is all about? I'm sure there will be a lot of interested ones in such events.
Yeah, we can even help to not only participate, but we can also help to organize it. And at the moment, for instance, we are building some relationships with local, let's say, near government organizations in UAE, and we want to create together a place with the support of the local families, with local companies. We want to create a place together where the founders could grow their businesses. And it could be some kind of a sandbox for Web3 companies, where you could just quickly open a company, a very cheap company, quickly open a bank account, and hire very quickly hire some your team in the company, have a place to sit, an office, have I don't know, a lot of materials regarding that stuff that I'm speaking about and I'm writing about in my Twitter account, and all that important things to highlight for Web3 founders. So our idea is to create a place that will boost the local Web3 community and will help founders from all over the world to come here to UAE and grow here and help this ecosystem, help everybody here to provide with great solutions, with great projects and products for users, for people all over the world. So we would love to participate in all of the events that are possible. We do this at the moment, and we'll be happy to do that in the future.
Nice. I appreciate the fact that you guys acknowledge that that could also be a way to push out what you guys are trying to build. So the next question. Okay. I also wanted to ask would you guys be having like an affiliate system? Let's say, for example, GOLDDIGGERS brings some projects on board to Mezen and everything works out well, the agreement, the project does well. Is there any commission that would come back to Gold Diggers?
Yes, we have these partnership programs, and basically this is absolutely the regular situation in Web3. So we can discuss these types of partnerships in personal, but basically, yeah, it works this way that like we want to grow the ecosystem of great projects, and this is why we recommend our friends. We recommend the best solutions we see in the market. Basically, we've been working with many of different service providers, and we understand who provides the best value at the moment. And also, we have this network of partners who recommend us and who are sure that we provide the best quality. So, and of course, this is like the win-win situation for everybody because we help them, they help us, and of course, for there is a long-term collaboration, and of course, there is a short-term incentive to um, grow, to provide this value together. So yeah, just let's discuss it personally in the chat, and as well as if anybody have these ideas together, also feel free to reach out on Twitter or in Telegram. I would be happy to discuss.
Nice, very, very nice. Thank you so much for touching on that. So the next question I have is, how do you guys navigate the risks of a client tokenomics being rejected by sex market makers or investors, sex
Oh,
exchanges? Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, we have we've been working with some centralized exchanges with market makers, basically as our partners, as we discussed before, and they were coming to us with some of the clients and with the projects, and they told us like, guys, have a look at this project, this tokenomics or their business model or whatever. They have a great team, just incredible, like they have incredible potential, but these economics missing something. It is not that spicy, right? Just it's not that interesting for me as an investor, for instance, or it is not interesting for me as a market maker or a centralized exchange. Of course, let's say as if we're thinking about centralized exchanges, they want to have they want to onboard and list projects which have a lot of trading volume on other exchanges if they have been listed already, or if this project have a lot of users or subscribers and community. These are, of course, two main reasons. And there are next things which are also very important. Let's say, what about economics? Will the community just instantly dump everything in the market when they get this listing, and the centralized exchange will earn nothing from that? Or do these projects have a potential? Do these projects have a great utility that will keep users and that will incentivize them to use this project for a long term? And what happens if this project is getting rejected by the centralized exchange investor or market maker? Basically, they usually just come to us and tell us like, guys, please have a look. Can you fix it? And yeah, we usually do our job and help these great founders to do their job great. As I said at the beginning, that being a Web3 founder is very incredibly tough. You have to think about many stuff at the same time. Just what about the product? What about users? What about community? What about investors? And just you're overwhelmed with that. It is incredibly tough. And this is why they sometimes come to us to help them to understand what is the best way for them to solve this or that issue. And what is important for as I said also before, for a token, it is very important to have this value capture mechanism, and to find the best one for you, you usually have to go through hundreds of projects to look what happens at the moment, what are the best projects, right? What is their utility right now, and is there any spice in this token, and why these users are using this project, why these users are using this DEX instead of that one, why does this game has the most amount of users, and etc. So you have to dive deeper in all of these projects and understand these great ideas from them and try to adapt to yours project. And basically, just that's a lot of work. You have to really do the research about, let's say, 100 projects, and after that you can say, yeah, I understand that this is the best utility for me. And you also should have a look only into your vertical if you're, let's say, working with your game, right? You have to look not only in the games in, let's say, Tone ecosystem, but you also have to have a look at different other verticals. Maybe they have ideas that you can implement. So basically how it works, you have to have a great knowledge, a broad knowledge about the market. This is what works to make these stakeholders to work with you. You have this innovation, so you have to have a great technology, and you have to have a great business model and tokenomics. These can't work without each other.
Thank you so much for answering that question. And at least I forgot, I wanted to ask, so this project, would you be working them based on contract based, maybe working with them for some months till a specific duration, or you're going to just it's just going to be a fixed time or something?
Yeah, it's a good question. So basically, how we usually start working at the beginning, we try to understand is the great product or not, and if we want to work with them or not. If we want to work with them from the first glance, we start with them, let's say, with the fixed amount. It could be 1 month project usually, and during this time, we understand how we work with this team, and they understand how we work together. And after that, well, after everybody is completely pleased with each other, we just move forward and usually subscribe for on month basis, and like it is called retainer, right? And we work together to help them to do the analytics in terms of the market, to help them to do different dashboards, materials for their community, to help them achieve their ideas, to help them to develop new utilities for the token, and etc. And the most important thing is that we guarantee that after working with us, there won't be any questions from centralized exchanges regarding the tokenomics. Like, we 100% sure if you will go without tokenomics, they won't have any questions. And if they will have any questions, you can just return back to us, and we will redo everything so that, like, there won't be any questions, and we make sure from the beginning that everything will be great.
Nice. Thanks for the detailed explanation on that, because we may have certain project owners listening during the AMA, and so they would want to know how things would work in terms of that. So another question I have is, what are your predictions for Web3 projects in 2025? And what strategies do you think, when implemented, would be the most successful one?
Sorry, can you repeat one more time? What's implemented?
Okay, I said, what are your predictions for Web3 projects in 2025? And what strategies do you think that when implemented, it would be most successful?
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, I get it. So, we can speak about maybe two different questions, right? There are two different questions. The first is about what maybe tactics and strategies could be the most beneficial in 2025. Well, in my opinion, I can see how we are returning back to 2017 and how we start to this trend on ICOs basically. So these initial coin offerings are um, are doing great right now, I believe, and uh, actually it also aligns a lot with the community because I can imagine how it could be frustrating for the community that their favorite application or game has raised funds from VCs, but they didn't get any allocation or just get a dust airdrop, right? They won't be satisfied with that. But when you can share the ownership of the project with the community, I believe this is very important. And I believe those who will make this um, the priority in terms of the fundraising could be beneficial for them. At the moment, we are working with, if I'm taking 4 projects who are doing this stuff right now, and it goes well. It goes really well. Well, so this is maybe the first thing that I would love to mention. The second thing is what could be also very important for the project to grow. Well, basically, it's a buzzword already. It's AI agents, and I believe this is a great technology right now. And the idea behind that is that you can just start your AI agent on the Twitter, connect your AI to Twitter API, and it will grow the audience. It will analyze the best the best trends, the best ideas. It will prepare the comments for you, make posts for you. It will do what you have to do and sit and build the community, but you can be done with AI agents. And basically you can at the moment get uh, like for free these open source repositories on GitHub. You can just download and start these AI agents and it will work from the box. Just you can try that. For instance, speaking about AI agents, you can have a look at the repository of AI Mezen. It's also AI agent, which is managing money. So I think you've heard about it. It's very popular. So just have a look at it. I think it's also a great trend. If we're speaking about the verticals, I think that we should also think about some specifics in terms of which blockchain are we thinking about? Because I can see right now that different blockchains are focusing on different stuff. Of course, all of them want to have as many users as possible, but each of them try to find their own niche in crypto. And if you want to, say, build a meme coin, of course, the best blockchain to build that is Solana, obviously, right? If you are going to do some DeFi stuff, that could be the Ethereum stack and all that layer twos, etc. But I believe there are also some challengers to that position of Ethereum as and all the ecosystem as DeFi gold at the moment. So we'll see in the future. And of course, AI is a buzzword right now. Everybody speaks about it. If your project has something for AI, let's say if you're doing a pin project, it's an incredible problem right now for AIs to train their projects and models, to train their um, models. Yes, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of energy and money to buy this hardware to start these projects. So if you will help them to cut their costs, this could be a real great disruption. But actually, you should be also very careful if you're investing in this type of projects, because you have to have a look at their valuation and just try to understand, is it already overvalued or not? Basically, you should do that regarding every investment. And this is not a financial advice, but anything you're investing, you should consider the capitalization and is it overvalued already? That could be very tough to do, but that could kill your bag if you do it not properly. Yep.
Nice, thank you so much. So let me see if I can get in some few questions from the comment section. The question said, can you elaborate on a specific case study or example where Mezen's advisory services significantly accelerated a startup growth in the Web3 ecosystem?
Yeah, for instance, one of our projects has been working with. I think we'll do the announcement just in a few days. I can't right now disclose the name, but it is doing very great. So at the beginning, it was the, let's see, B2B startup, which was working with huge enterprises like AO, Warner Brothers, etc. And we together we developed strategy and the concept of the platform, but how they can leverage this crypto technology, become not a B2B business, but to become a B2C business. And yeah, I would encourage everybody to subscribe to my Twitter one more time, because I think we'll do the announcement. It is we already sent all the posts to the founders of this project, and we just need the final approval with them. So it might happen like this already. And so they have raised already $2 million, and they like everything started from scratch, almost from scratch. And at the moment, they raised $22 million, and probably they will 10x this amount during the next month. So this is one of the cases right now.
Very interesting. I hope that answers your question. Next question here says, how does Mezen assist clients in maintaining regulatory adherence while innovating in sectors like DeFi or NFTs?
Well, regulation is very tough right now. As you know, there are a lot of challenges and uncertainties in regulation right now. So we don't work directly with regulation. We have great partners who can help with that. But let's say while working with their business model and the tokenomics, we understand which cases were considered as a security before, and just because this is a common knowledge right now, and we avoid these types of utilities at the moment for our clients, just to minimize the risks. Basically, that's it. If you want to have a legal advice and to solve that small pieces of the legal process of a project, you better go to the guys who are specialized in that, and especially in the jurisdiction that you're looking for.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry about that. I call came in. So yeah, so I think one last question I'll take from the comment section is how does Mezen address scalability issues in clients' projects during their Web3 transition?
Okay, so if I understood this question correctly, how can we help them to manage these scalability problems when they move from Web 2 to Web 3? So,
Yeah.
okay, wonderful. So, if we are speaking about that, basically we should understand the type of the business we are working with. And for instance, at the moment we're working with a project which helps to recycle bottles, plastic bottles, and aluminum cans. And they have their, I don't know how it's called, boxes where you can deposit these bottles. And they are they are working in 15 countries, and they have thousands of these boxes. Yeah. So the problem is that scalability, and they want to handle this problem with Web3, with crypto, basically. And they want to issue a token, and they want to um, share this possibility of helping our environment community, because at the moment they have 1 million monthly active users already who deposit these models every month at least once. And so they have a very big community, but they just found that they can't move forward, and there are some roadblocks for that. And one of the roadblocks could be solved by using crypto, basically. And how it could be done? For instance, as I said, you can invest and as the community and help them to make this startup work not only in 15 countries, but in like 100 countries. But how? Help them by providing them with investment that they will use to buy these boxes and to produce these boxes, and they will share maybe a revenue, or I don't know how it will work at this point of time. But the idea behind that is to help to solve the scalability problem with crypto. Basically, crypto helps in many cases, especially with this problem. So it's case by case. But yeah, this was another case how crypto can help with scalability, especially moving from Web 2 to Web 3.
Yeah, thank you so much for the questions that were sent in, and thank you so much for your answer, Constantine. So this is how we're going to wrap up today's AMA. But before I end this section, I would like to give you a floor to give the final statement. So do you have anything you'd like to touch on or anything you'd like to say before I end the AMA?
Yes, I would love to say everybody that I believe that they have a great project, and I wish everybody incredible luck with growing their business, with developing them. And I would also encourage one more time everybody to subscribe to my Twitter account, just because I usually provide the daily insights, how to handle some difficulties for Web3 founders. So I hope that will be beneficial for everybody, because we've done a lot of stuff, we have a lot of experience, and at the moment we want to share it. So, and also feel free to drop me a message would be happy to discuss it.
Yeah, sure, definitely. So thank you all so much for joining today's AMA. I was not in Mezen come and talk about what you guys are planning to offer, and I just want to appreciate what you guys are doing. And it was really, really an interesting AMA with you guys. Thank you all. Make sure to join the socials, join their Telegram channel, so that you can get updates about Mezen. And thank you all so much. See you all in the next AMA, guys. Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.